All right, so let's keep going with this lesson. We've talked about patterns in words, and patterns help us to be able to decode words. They help us to write new words because we can add on to those patterns. So the patterns I want to talk about are air and air to start with. So air and air sound.
I thought this R.
Well, in a different use, it could be R, but for our activity, this pattern makes air. Okay? So air and air, these patterns, they sound the same, but they're spelled differently. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So if you fill out your columns like mine, have air, air, and ear. Let's talk about AIR, air. If I put an H in front of that pattern, air.
Hair.
Yeah, now I have the word hair. So add that to your list. So add that word
one.
hair.
Fair.
Add that word hair. Ooh.
There.
Fair. How would I write fair?
FAIR.
Sweet. So they both follow that pattern, air, right?
Hair.
Fair. There has that sound, but
it
we're
goes
looking
here.
we're looking for the pattern AIR.
Care.
What is it? What word would you use with air, that pattern air? Like if you're talking
Share.
about your shoes.
Pear.
Shoes
Pear.
coming up.
Pear.
Yeah, pear.
PAIR.
Air.
Pear. Pear.
Okay.
Tear.
If I take st and put it in front of air.
Stair. Stair.
St, air, right? So I can take beginnings and add it to the pattern air, and I create new words like hair, fair, fair, stare. This pattern also makes the sound air, A-R-E, okay?
Care.
Ooh, and it would be like care.
CARE.
Air.
Dare.
Ooh, that's a good one. Air. Add that to your list. We're on this column now.
Scare.
Hey, upper level. SC makes sk. And then we add air.
Scare.
You might play a game. Oh, we did dare. I was thinking of that one.
Bear. Chair.
Ooh, bear.
Bear.
Air.
Chair.
Chair. Would that
Pear.
go in this air or this air?
This air.
Ooh. Christian's saying this one. This doesn't make air, this makes ear. So I'm going with Christian. Chair, we would go back here and go air.
Cheer. Oh, cheer can go right there. Fear.
Okay.
Like the top of fear.
So, yes, hold that, but finish this list first. You got care, dare, scare, bear.
Layer. I'm finished.
Hold on. Let them catch up.
Boom, boom. I'm underlining air. Here. I'm gonna do layer. How about we just put air? Because air is a thing.
Okay, ready? So now this last one makes ear.
Deer.
Ear, E-A-R, is a word pattern, but it's also could be used as a word, like your ear. And what'd you just say, David?
Deer. Deer.
Deer. How do I make deer?
D-E-A-R.
Deer, like Dear Aunt Susie, right? Like how you would start a letter.
Near. Near.
Ooh, near is a good one. Not ear.
Near. Here. Cheer.
Here.
Cheer
Cheer would be E-E-R.
E-O.
And I heard somebody say it earlier with an F in the beginning.
Fair. Fair.
Well, we did
Fear.
fair.
Fear.
Yeah, fear would be over here. Fear. So what are we doing?
Fair.
What are we doing here with this activity?
Making rhyming words.
Oh, one at a time.
We making words that complete with these letters.
Okay, but instead of looking at them individually as letters, I want you to think of them as word parts. Like A-I-R together makes air, right? So we're using these word patterns to what do we do with these word patterns?
Put them in rows.
Oh yeah.
Put what in rows?
We put letters that always go down.
That ends.
Okay, we
That
use that
ends-
word part.
That ends with air.
Okay, and what do we put in front of the pattern?
Where's that can match with it?
If we have the pattern, what did we put in front of the pattern?
H F P.
We put different letters. If I put different letters in front of the pattern, I can create more words.
Yes.
If I'm reading and I know this pattern makes air, well then all I have to do is air. Oh, I know that word hair or fair, right? What do you say?
It already was line.
All these words rhyme, so that's a way to help you. Rhyming words, can you sit up? Rhyming words end with the same patterns, just like we did here. Okay? So you can use these word patterns to decode and create more words.
Blue, red, orange,
Write your name on that
blue,
page
red,
and I'll
orange,
take
red.
it from you.
Huh?
Write your name on the page and I'll take it from
I
you.
can write my name in cursive,
Sure, just write your name.
but you never take this away from me.
Write your name.
It's time to leave.
Not yet.
Wait a minute,
Thank
what?
you.
Almost.
I'll take your pencil.
What do you mean not yet?
Thank you.
What do you mean not yet?
So we have to do our book. Sweet. So our new book for today, this is another one of our classic tales.
And the sun.
And this is The Wind and the Sun, right?
Oh.
A lot of times in classic tales, hold on, stay on the cover with me, we'll have talking characters. So who are the talking characters in this book?
The sun and the wind.
The wind and the sun, right?
What?
So if I'm looking at this picture and I know it has talking characters, what genre is this book going to be?
Fiction.
Non-fiction.
Fiction, right? Do we all agree?
Yes.
Fiction, meaning it's fake, right?
Because when
So-
the sun cannot brag,
No,
talk,
it would be non-fiction.
and they can do whatever like they want. Like
Cool.
just make wind and
It would be
in
realistic.
the afternoon they like
Yeah, you're right. So
And
that's
then
how we
we
know
live.
it's fiction. So turn to page 2,
page.
and you see that wind and sun are bragging to each other about who is stronger. Wind says that he can bend trees. Can you see where he's showing he can bend trees?
Yes.
Yeah, and sun brags that he can make plants grow. Right? Can you see where he makes plants grow?
Yeah.
All right. Go to the next page on page 4. Wind comes up with this great idea. That's why he's going like this. He's like, I have a great idea.
Maybe he's like, man, you better stop.
So, idea. How many claps or syllables would that word have?
Idea. 3.
So is it 2 or 3?
3.
Idea.
3.
It's 3, right? Idea. Okay. Can you find that word idea?
Yeah, it's right here.
Instead of laying down, can you sit up? Put your book like this so we can see it.
Right here.
Sweet. Yeah, that's a little excessive. Thank you. Idea. All right. So Wynn says, let's have a contest. And do you know what a contest is?
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
a
One at a
challenge.
time. What's a contest?
It's like a challenge. They go against each other and whoever win, they like it's like this.
So now you don't give up.
Sweet. So what's the contest in this story going to be?
Who is stronger?
Okay. Who is stronger? To prove, pay attention, to prove who's stronger, they're going to try and get the man to take his coat off. All right. So if you go to page 5, you'll notice this man.
Yeah.
Right? This man is a traveler. Don't turn the page, stay on that page.
Yep.
And what's a traveler?
Like
Mayella.
a person that goes around the world.
Mayella.
A traveler.
A
Yep.
traveler.
Yeah.
Like if you go on a vacation or something.
Okay, you might have to travel to get there, right?
Yeah.
What else?
Oh yeah. Well, it's not about this, but Mr. Eno, he traveled places, and in this book, they travel all around the world.
Okay, what are you going to say? What's a traveler?
A person that goes around the world.
Okay. Well, so we don't know
Wait,
if
a
he's going
person that
around.
walks a path or something.
Hey, nice, right? So if we're looking at this picture, yeah, that's what this is showing us. He's walking on the path. He's going from one place to the other, so they call him a traveler. All right, so what might Wynn do to make the coat come off? Christian?
Blow high wind.
Ooh, he might blow really hard, right? And what might sun do, Mayella?
The sun might get by him, and then the person would just take off his coat and say, "Hey, it's hot out here."
Yeah, so the sun might make it hot, right? And then he has to take his coat
Can
off.
I do my
So those are good.
That's it. That's what
Yes.
he's going to do.
That he was gonna burn the coat.
Okay. Turn to page 9. Wind blew even harder, right? Clap that word even with me. Even.
So,
Can you find that word even?
It's right here.
All right, great. Let's turn back to the beginning and let's read to see who wins the contest between sun and the wind.
Sun.
Ready? So turn back to page 2.
I know the wind.
And Mayella, would you like to start for us?
Yes.
Wait till everybody's on 2 and ready.
Okay, I'm on 2.
You're on page 4.
You on 6. You're on page 4. Okay, I'm on 2.
Come on, we know. Turn to page 2.
Actually, 2 and 3.
Ready?
One day, wind and sun were bragging to each other. "I am stronger than you," wind bragged. "When I blow, I will bend. I can bend trees. I can turn
So UM makes
umbrellas
umbrellas. Good.
Inside out. I am stronger than you," bragged sun. "When I shine, I make plants grow. I can melt snow and ice."
Cool.
Oh, me.
Yep.
Ain't wind doing a bad thing, but the trees, they grow. And sun, they plant plants to keep air.
Okay. Good connection. Ready to go to the next page.
Can I go?
Yep, it's your turn.
How can we tell who is stronger? Asked sun. "I have a great idea," said wind. "Let's have a
Yeah, Can you
contest."
put the book on the table?
What kind
Listen,
of-
please?
Contest, asked sun. "Look at that tractor down there on the road," said wind. "He is wearing a coat. I will make his coat come off. I can blow it right off his back. Can you make his coat come off?"
Okay, so wind's gonna try
I
and
think
blow his
sun
coat
gonna
off.
win.
right?
My turn.
No, it's Mr. Peter.
I'll go. I like that contest, said Sun. "I'm sure I can make his coat come off." "You go first," Sun said to Wind. "I'll hide behind that cloud." Are you following along? Sun went behind a cloud to watch. Wind blew. Wind blew harder. Wind blew so hard that the man's hat came right off, but his coat did not come off. So did he do what he was bragging about?
No.
No, he didn't. David?
The man just
No, instead of laying your head down, sit up nicely.
grabbed his head.
Hold on, let me pause you there. So it's important to sit up because if you're laying down, that tells your brain not to focus on this. And if you're not focused on this, then you don't really get much from the story. So if you sit up nicely and focus on the story, then you can be a better reader.
I read this book before in kindergarten.
So can you sit up nicely like your other friends? Thank you. There you go. Now it's your turn.
The man grabbed his hat and tied it on tight. He put on his gloves and his
What term did they use to describe this man? He's a traveler, right? So now we have this word travel, but they add ed to it. Traveled on. Yeah, good job.
Wind blew even harder. He blew as hard as he could. The man pulled his coat together around him and he traveled on.
Okay, stay on that page 9 real quick. You made one mistake on page 9. You know what it is? On page 9. If the wind is blowing really hard, is it warm
No,
or is it cold?
cold.
It's cold, right? So the man pulled his coat
That's what I said. Tighter?
tighter.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you pull your coat tighter if it's really cold? Just like you see in the picture? If you use the picture and match it with the letters, that's like double that helps you figure out the word tighter, right? Okay? Christian?
Can we do the theater?
We're on page 10, if we have time, yeah.
No, I don't want to do
We're on page 10.
Sun came out from behind the cloud. It's my turn now, he said. You will see how easy it is for me to make the man take off his coat. Sun looked down at the man and began to shine. It is so warm, said the man. He took off his hat.
Nice.
He made two mistakes.
You better miss
He said it is my time, but it actually said it is my turn. And when he's on number 11 on page 11 and began, you said began. Began.
So began, yeah. I appreciate that you waited till the end and then pointed that out nicely. That was pretty good. She was trying to help you, so thank you. Your turn. Yo, remember, don't sit up. Don't lay down. I need you to sit up. I need you to sit up.
Sun kept
Hold on,
shining.
pause. We can't listen if we're not listening. All right, go ahead.
Sun kept shining.
David.
Sun kept shining. Sun got very hot. The man got hotter and hotter. I feel really warm, said the man. And he took off his gloves.
Cool. So we saw in the beginning that the wind blew his hat off and the man grabbed it and tied it on tighter. But now the man took off his hat and his gloves all on his own.
Oh yeah. Sun got as hot as he could. It's much too warm to wear this coat, said the man, and he took off his coat.
Ooh. So who won?
The sun.
Huh. I win the contest, said Sun to Wind. I made the man take off his coat. So I am stronger than you. Yes, you are, agreed Wind. And he turned into a little breeze. Cool. You all like this story?
Yes.
Why do you say no? Oh, well, I'm going to take that as a yes. So thank you. Yep,
Hey,
but hold
look
on.
at
I
the
got a
no
couple
as a
questions
yes.
for you. So if we think about this story we just read, can you justify how Wind and Sun, what made them have this contest? If you think back to the beginning.
The stupid brag.
They made it because the sun didn't make them have it. The wind made them have it because he think he's stronger.
Ooh, so you all hear that? They justified this contest because Wind was bragging, and like you said, he thought he was stronger.
David just jumped at me.
All right, well, we'll talk to him afterwards. So the Wind is trying to win and show how strong he is, right?
Yes.
He's powerful. All right. How can we connect when Wind blew hard but the man didn't take off his coat? Why wouldn't the man take off his coat when the wind blew hard?
Because it was cold.
Because it was cold and you need a
And what did he
jacket
do
when it's
instead?
cold. Huh?
What did he do instead of taking it off?
He put it on tighter.
Yeah, he pulled it on tighter. And then how can we connect? How did the sun make the man take his coat off, Maya?
Because the man had got warmer and warmer and
Yeah.
warmer.
Yeah, right? And so the man just took it
Took
off
off
on
his
his
coat.
own, right? Okay. If you go back in the story, looking at the pictures and the words we just read, can you prove how sun made the man take off his coat? Don't say it, find it. Show me proof in the book of where the sun made the man take his coat. That's what I want you to find. Where's proof that the sun made the man take off his coat?
Right here.
What are you showing me?
That the man is. Dang, David.
Go ahead.
That the man is taking off his coat because he was getting warmer and warmer.
All right, what were you going to say?
It's shorter than your face.
Oh, yes?
I was gonna say, you can see his hands taking off the cloth. And all his stuff. See, does he take his gloves off and his hat? So, you know, he getting warmer and hotter. So if you like keep the coat on, you might get hot.
Okay,
But if he get it off, that means he get a little warm.
nice. All right, if we look at the very beginning, when it starts, wind is all big, and he's saying, I'm stronger than you, right? And he's saying, I can blow and bend trees. He's this big, bad wind. Then when we read at the end, when sun won the contest, winds turned into a little breeze. So in the beginning, he was bragging, he was really strong, and in the end, he turns into a little breeze. So how's wind feeling now?
Disappointed in himself.
Okay, he's feeling disappointed in himself.
Shellfish.
Maybe. Anybody else?
I'm not. You said what? What question you said?
In the beginning, wind is blowing really hard. He's bragging about how strong he is. In the end, wind turns into a little breeze. So with that connection, how's he feeling now at the end?
Sad and mad at the same time.
Okay, sad and mad.
He feeling he's feeling bad. He weak.
He's feeling disappointed.
Okay, disappointed. I'm trying to get you all to think, like, if you connect to yourself. If you're at the lunchroom and you're bragging about how awesome you are at something, and then you challenge somebody and you lose, how would you feel?
I would feel.
I'll feel disappointed.
I would
What?
be like embarrassed.
Oh,
Embarrassed.
you might feel embarrassed, right? If you're bragging, look at me, I'm David, I'm so cool, but then Mayella comes and beats him, well, he's not cool now because he just lost, right? And he lost in front of somebody else who sees it, so he might feel embarrassed, just like this wind. And that's the connection. That's why he turned into that little breeze.
He
So
was
it
just
blows
finna
away.
shoot at me. I want to see if you.
So now let's go into the next thing, what we will read in our Reader's Theater.
Yay, we got